Hey, I'm Parker Botcher, and this is Crease Monsters, the podcast where we talk all things lacrosse, from epic highlights, gear reviews, game predictions, and of course, some special guests. Whether you're stringing up a new pocket, gearing up for game day, or just chilling, this is your go-to spot for all lacrosse things. And if you haven't already, hit that follow button wherever you're listening, and let's get into it. Welcome back to Crease Monsters. Before I get into some huge NLL news this week, I've got a personal update to share with you guys. So, I broke my collarbone this weekend. And here's the thing. It wasn't during the lacrosse game. Lacrosse is a high-contact sport. You're getting cross-checked, taking hits, battling in the crease. But no, I was literally walking, tripped, landed funny, and snapped. Worst part, I missed the Space Needle shootout this weekend. That was brutal. I was so hyped for that tournament, and just like that, done. It's a good reminder for everyone out there. One quick injury can really throw a wrench in your whole season. Doesn't matter how prepared you are, how hard you train. Sometimes it just happens. But hey, I'm still here behind the mic. I'll be back when this heals up. We've got a ton to talk about today, so let's get into it. All right, quick check in on my predictions from last episode. I had Vancouver Warriors beating Colorado 13-11. Well, Warriors did not deliver. Colorado took that one 10-7. Not the start I was hoping for my Vancouver Warriors. But they'll be playing back at home next weekend against Vegas. And I love the Warriors, but I think Vegas is going to take this one. I'm excited to see Chase Fraser hit the floor in that matchup. Big news drop this week. San Diego Seals have officially released Austin Staats from the protected player list. Now, those who haven't been following the story, let me catch you up. Staats was the first overall pick in the 2018 entry draft. He won Rookie of the Year. This guy was an absolute offensive weapon. One of the most talented players in the league. He's on career high 102 points last season, but off the field stuff has been a lot. There was a lot of multiple suspensions, arrest, incidents going back years. Most recently, he was suspended indefinitely by the league after arrested on a multiple assault charge back in August. The Seals stood by him, though they lifted him from the suspension list to the protected list earlier this year. But now they've said, you're done. So what does the future hold for Austin Staats? Honestly, I don't know. But when you're looking at the pattern, PLL terminated his contract back in 2021. The NLL has suspended him multiple times. And now the team that drafted him first overall has walked away. It's a cautionary tale. Honestly, all the talent in the world doesn't matter if you can't keep it together off the floor. This guy could have been one of the all-time greats, and maybe he still can turn it around. But he's running out of chances. As of right now, his NLL future is very uncertain. All right, here's an interesting one from the opening weekend that got a lot of people talking on Reddit and social media. During the Buffalo versus Georgia game this past weekend, Saturday, Georgia goaltender Brett Dobson was assigned a major penalty. Now, if you don't know the rules, goalies don't serve their own penalties. According to the league, Georgia's in-home player should have served the major penalty. In Dobson's place, Brett Dobson should have stayed on the floor, continued playing in his position. The league actually came out and issued an official statement acknowledging this. They basically said, yeah, we messed up. That was the wrong call. Dobson should not have personally served the penalty. Here's my take on this one. I especially agree that Dobson should have served his own penalty. Look, when you can win a major, that's a 5-minute penalty for a reason. I'm talking like those penalties are with like roughing, which is fighting, and then high sticking, cross-checking. That's like a big deal. Making someone else sit for what you did feels off to me. But the rules are, and by the book, it looks like he shouldn't have served it. So now you've got a weird situation where the league's saying, we got it wrong, but a lot of fans are saying, well, maybe the rules should be different. Either way, It's a learning moment, and hey, that's why we have Box Lacrosse 101 on the NLL website. If you want to brush up on the rulebook, there's refs clearly needed too. Let's talk about where everyone sits after the opening weekend. At the top, 1-0, Halifax Thunderbirds are sitting pretty at the top of the league. They put up 11 goals and allowed 2. That defense was locked in. Buffalo Bandits, defending champs, are rolling 15 goals, 11 goals allowed. San Diego Seals, 16 goals, 13 goals against. Offense looking sharp without stats. Saskatchewan Rush, 16-13 win over the Rush. The Rush looked dangerous. Colorado Mammoth, solid 10-7 win over my Vancouver Warriors. Split 50-50. Oshawa Firewolves at 1-1. But here's why. Exciting, they put up 18 goals in their 2 games. That's offense has some firepower. Historic CJ Curse, historic Dyson Williams matchup we talked about last episode. Still looking for their first win. Vegas, Philly, Rochester, and Calgary are all sitting. They haven't played a game yet. Calgary looked to the early L going through one with a 13 goals scored and 16 against. Tough start for the Roughnecks. If you haven't seen Inside Lacrosse article on that 2026 Rookie of the Year contenders, go check it out. But let me give you the quick rundown of who to watch this year. Owen Hiltz, Toronto Rock. This kid had an impressive PLL rookie run. He quietly climbed the 2025 draft board to the 3rd overall and looked incredible. During Toronto Rock's preseason, he's the front runner right now in my book. CJ Curse, who also on the Rock. You've got my potential Rookie of the Year on the same team. That's wild. Other names to watch. Noah Manning in Calgary, Nolan Byrne in Georgia, Brandon Saris in Colorado, and Will McLeod in Halifax. All these guys could challenge for the rookie scoring crown. Remember, last year Dyson Williams took it home, and now he's one of the best young players in the league. This rookie class has the same kind of potential. All right, let's get into my picks for the next weekend. And yes, I'm going on record with these picks, even though the Warriors let me down this week. Saskatchewan Rush versus Ottawa Black Bears. Rush takes it. Saskatchewan looked strong in week 1. Ottawa still trying to find their identity in year 2. Colorado versus Philadelphia. Colorado Mammoth have momentum coming off that Vancouver win. Philly hasn't played yet. Cooking matters. Calgary versus Toronto. Calgary bounces back. The Roughnecks don't lose 2 in a row. They haven't at home often. They'll be hungry after that opening weekend L. Halifax versus Buffalo. This is a matchup of the weekend. Halifax is sitting at the top of the league right now, but I'm going Bandits. Buffalo Bandits. Buffalo is Buffalo. They know how to win these games, and with the championship experience, I trust them on this one. Oshawa versus Georgia. Oshawa is taking this one. The Firewolves have been pulling up points, and Georgia coming off that loss in Buffalo, Oshawa's energy at home is going to carry them. And for Sunday, Rochester versus San Diego Seals. Going Seals, San Diego offense looked legit in week 1. Rochester is still finding their footing. All right, gear review time. This week, I wanted to talk about the ECD Hero 3 mesh. If you're looking to stay away from armor mesh and stick more with something more traditional, this is a great option. So what makes Hero 3 so special? Let me break it down. Repidental coating. This thing repels water 10 times better than previous versions. If you've ever played in the rain and your pocket turns into a soggy mess, how important is the Hero 3 keeps your pocket drier for better control and feel? Inner get a core weave. They added more Inna gray fibers to the core of the mesh. What does that mean for you? 10% better bagging resistance. So your pocket holds its shape longer. That's 27% lighter. It's a big deal when you're making quick moves. Texture, LTH fibers. The fibers are textured before the mesh is made, which makes it feel more responsive when you've got the ball in your pocket. You can really feel the transition to its better control, passing, and shots. It comes in semi-soft and semi-hard options. So if you want gentler touch and smoother release, go semi-soft. But if you want a more focused ridge pocket with consistent, semi-hard is your move. I used this in my Maverick Optic, which we reviewed last episode. So if you're looking for a head to go with this, I say Maverick Optic. Only downside, it's at a premium price point. I'm honestly for what you get, the weather resistant, the feel, it's worth. If you're serious about your game, my rating 9.7 out of 10. If you want traditional mesh feel with modern tech, Hero 3 is your best option. Quick reminder, there's still about a week left to go to get your orders in. Head to creasemonsters.com. We've got hoodies, sweatpants, and more. If you want Crease Monsters gear under the tree, now's your time to order. Make a pretty solid gift for a lacrosse player in your life. Just saying. Also, want to let you guys know, we've got one more episode next week. Then it's Crease Monsters taking a Christmas break. We'll be back in January. Next week is the last episode before the holidays. So make sure that you catch that one. Yeah, that's going to do it for this week. If you're a player or a fan or just like lacrosse talk, hit that follow button. Don't miss what's next. Let me know on Instagram or YouTube at Crease Monsters who's winning Rookie of the Year this season. And do you think anyone gives Austin Staats another chance? I personally don't. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Keep your skills sharp. And remember, the strongest comebacks start with the toughest setbacks. See you all next week. All right, that's it for this episode of Crease Monsters. Thanks for hanging out. If you liked the episode, hit the follow so you don't miss what's coming next. You can catch us on Instagram and YouTube. Just search at Crease Monsters. Until next time, share it, save it, string it up. We're just getting started.